Hey, this is Kevin Tanner with Kevin's Microfleet. Today I'm coming to you with another review. Today we're taking a look at the Micro Galaxy Squadron San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, the TIE Interceptor from the Storyboard series. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the packaging because the packaging is really cool on this. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the vehicle, which is actually our first TIE Interceptor that we're getting as well. We'll do some measurements and then we'll do some comparisons. Let's go ahead and dive into the review. Okay, so let's go ahead and start out with the packaging on this. The packaging is really, I think, a huge component to this vehicle. It really just tells a story about what the vehicle is all about. So we'll start with just the front of the box here. The outside of the box actually it's kind of like a softer type of material. It doesn't feel like a hard plastic or cardboard or something. It's got kind of like a soft feeling to it, but you obviously get your TIE Interceptor art on here for these two vehicles. You get the storyboard series on the side. You also get your Comic-Con exclusive. And then as we look down here on the bottom, we've got the TIE Interceptor, and then this is LE003. LE is limited edition, so that's limited edition number 3. We also, up here on the top, you end up getting, again, TIE Interceptor, the description, the event it's from, and then the collector number, LE003, 1 of 500, and you got your 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi sticker on it. As we turn it to the top, you get this really nice Star Wars as well as the Micro Galaxy Squadron logo. As we go down to the underside, that really just has the UPC on it, and then just some other stuff. And then as we flip it around to the back, you get a chance to see, here are the other two vehicles that come in the storyboard series. You've got, again, your TIE Interceptor, and then you have the art that really is what kind of guides the actual vehicle itself as we go ahead and take this thing out of the box. So you also have this little piece here that you could cut out if you wanted to. Obviously, I'm not going to. This is just too cool as it is. As we turn it to the side, you can see here, you got the Star Wars logo, and then you can see right through the box, which is cool. So you can actually go ahead and see that vehicle. You can see right here on the background there is like a little black scene, which we'll see in a second. So we turn this around, this is what it looks like from the front view. So now when we go ahead and slide this thing out, it slides out just like this, out of the sleeve. And here we actually now have the vehicle that we can see. So in the background, you can see there that little scene there with the Star Destroyer on it. And then obviously you have your TIE Interceptor here on the front. It's got all the same description and everything like you have on the front of the box, which is nice. And then you got your Micro Galaxy Squadron logo. So I'm going to show how to take this thing out of the box. It took me opening up one of these to figure it out. Because the base in here that the actual vehicle is sitting on is actually taped to the bottom of the box. So if you're opening this up, I would recommend opening it from the bottom. So the first thing we'll do is we'll just go ahead and cut this tape right there. And then now as you go to open it, there are little tabs here. All of the exclusives are the same in this one. So go ahead and pop that out. And then the best thing to do is if you just squeeze the side of it, you'll be able to get this part to pop out just like that. Do the same thing over here on this side. Pop that guy out. Now, when you're on the inside here, you've got these little tabs, and then again, you can see the tape here that's holding in this one little piece. So you just have to take this guy and cut. Oh, there you go. That one's not even taped all the way. And there you go. So now it'll be loose, so this thing will be able to slide around inside. Oh, sorry, not quite loose. So then the tab here will get pushed in like that. And now it's loose, so I can go ahead and take this thing out of the bottom. So this is actually the first TIE Interceptor that we're getting from Micro Galaxy Squadron, which is really interesting because we're going to have a few of these. And we're going to take a look at that here in a minute. So there is that background scene, which is really cool. So it's actually, you can see right through. You can see I'm moving my hand there behind it. which is really cool. I haven't figured out yet how I'm going to have this guy displayed, but I love that scene in the background. So now with this one, we've got it's secured in here with a couple little, these little like plastic things. So I'll go ahead and snip these. We should be able to get this guy loose. This piece right here, this little rubber band, looks like it's just covering the cockpit. Oh, never mind. There's two more here on the wings. And now we should be able to pop this guy out. Boom. And there it is. It's free. So already seeing this, I love this version of the TIE Interceptor. So let me go ahead and take this little rubber band off of here as well. This is one where I would say for those collectors that want to keep this thing in the box, this is a rubber band. I would imagine that over time, this rubber band could deteriorate some and potentially damage it. So there you go, that's loose. Now, the one thing I really love about this storyboard series here is ultimately the shading of it. Because when you look at it like this, it kind of looks silly. It's like, well, that looks really weird. Why is it painted that way? It's really designed to be put in a position where the sun would hit it. So it would be kind of like, kind of angled like this maybe, where you're getting the light to be able to hit from this direction, and so it shades out some of it. And so when you turn it around the other way, again, it looks almost like flip-flopped, like it shouldn't be oriented or painted like that. Now, this is all a gray plastic, and all of the white and the black lines that are on there are all painted on. So those same thing here with the windshield. The windshield is you can't see through it, so it's painted as well. And then you can see the detailing there on the top. I really like these lines that they put all the way down the side. And so here we get this little piece here on the back, which should open. That's cool. Oh, nice. So they fixed this problem with the other one. So they actually put a little peg hole there to be able to clip that guy in. And the other thing that's really cool is you can actually see the engine is now separate. So you have actually the hole there. So as you go ahead and click that in, it's actually recessed in there, which looks really, really nice. So now let's go ahead and take the figure out. So all of the figures are inside the vehicle. Oh, look at that. There's like a little plastic thing in there. So, see how I can get that thing out. So it looks like there is like a little plastic container in here, which is not really coming out, but let's see if I can make it work. Boom, there you go. So that popped out. Interesting, that's inside there. And then there is our pilot. So let's go ahead and take him out and take a look at him. And here is your storyboard pilot. So the great thing about this, they're doing this with all of the figures now, where you're getting the detail on the helmet. So there you've got the Imperial cog on his helmet, instead of what we would normally get with a TIE fighter, which is just the the white dot that's there on the top of his helmet. And this is pretty cool. So great to be able to see that detail in the figure. This looks very similar to the mold of the other TIE pilot. Let me grab one really quick just as a comparison. And so here is your standard Series 1 TIE pilot versus now your San Diego Comic-Con one. And we're going to get that that detail on the helmet, which is just so amazing that they're able to do that. We're going to get that detail on the helmet with all of the figures moving forward. So since this is our first TIE Interceptor, I want to do some measurements just to figure out how big this thing is. So the one nice thing about this is that the nice thing, and then maybe even the somewhat nerve-wracking thing, is that these guns here stick out on the front, which is cool. I feel like those things will be really easy to break off, but maybe not. So from front to back, this is about 5 inches. From side to side, it is about 3.5-ish inches. And then top to bottom here, it's roughly 3.25 inches. Now, the other thing that's great about this, as you can see, if I'm setting it here on the table, it tilts forward. So one of the other great things that they do here with the TIE Interceptor, and this is one of the things that they do with all of their vehicles, is that if the vehicle can stand on its own, then it doesn't get a flight stand. And so this guy gets his own flight stand. So you've got the great Star Wars logo right there. And then this thing will sit here, and the wings will just slide right in place like that. And now when we set it down on the table, now it can sit correctly. I think I have that backwards, actually. It should go like this. Now, the nice thing is that thing doesn't really like snap in place, which is great. That kind of saves it some, so you don't have to worry about breaking it or anything when you're taking it in and out. But it is great to be able to set this thing down and have it in a position where you can display it like that. So I wanted to do also, since we have this out and this is our first TIE Interceptor, do a comparison of this to the Action Fleet TIE Interceptor. And so here is what they look like next to one another. So you can see with the Action Fleet version, it's roughly the same size, I would say, from front to back. There's not really a whole lot of difference there. Height-wise as well, it's very similar. And then from side to side, this is where you're going to see the biggest difference. So the Micro Galaxy version 1 is much thinner than the Action Fleet one. The Action Fleet does have this ratcheting system where the wings do open like that, which is not really something that's canon. It was just a cool thing that the designers put in there for that one. And this Micro Galaxy version 1 does not have that. So you can also see a difference here in the cockpit as well. So the cockpit is much different. It's way smaller in the Micro Galaxy version versus the Action Fleet. So that is your review here of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive storyboard series TIE Interceptor limited edition number 3. If you liked this, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the video, or sorry, to the channel. Also, feel free to comment below and go ahead and check out the Facebook page I run with some friends from all over the world. The link is in the description. Also, if you want to get any other Micro Galaxy Squadron vehicles, the link is in the description to be able to get the standard TIE Interceptor that will be coming out on Amazon here, hopefully sometime soon. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next review.